Hello, everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal. How's Ron and Denise doing tonight?
Doing good.
Sleepy.
Sleepy?
Finally got a little rain here.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting ready.
Bright and sunny now.
Sun's shining out right now, but they're calling for the storms to start in about 7 to 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I sat down in the bed about 3:30, taking a break from work, and passed out and went to sleep.
Oh, well, your body told you was tired.
That's what I told him. It's while I'm recovering. I mean, because it takes 6 to 8 weeks to totally recover.
Right.
Yeah, so it just happens every once in a while. I just get really tired and boom, I'm out. But I'm also not sleeping very good at night, but that's okay.
Right. But everything else is doing good from the surgery and everything.
I have not had one bout of AFib. I've only had a couple times where my heart decided to race when I wasn't doing anything. And but it wasn't detectable as far as arrhythmias go. So
Nigel's late.
yeah, where in the hell is
Yeah, where is
A
Nigel?
minute late. Maybe it's entering.
Maybe they're having storms over there.
Could be.
Well, they do.
His internet's down.
Well, they do once in a while, but he could have also been tired.
Yeah,
Because it is
it's late there.
late
Oh,
there
yeah.
and stuff. But it's unusual. Usually Nigel's right in as soon as we start.
So, but yeah, what did you think of last night's show?
It was a good show. It was interesting. You covered, I can't count how many topics you covered
I know.
in there. But
In
you
an
brought,
hour and a half.
Chris and you brought out great points on everything in the paranormal and stuff. And I mean, it was good conversation.
There's my mom.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's
Mike.
mom.
Hey, Mom.
So, and yesterday was Clover's birthday, and I got pictures, and she's just growing up so fast. And
They do.
I know, golly, how do we, cinder blocks don't work for long. They figure out how to throw them off.
Right. Well, and the kids will grow up faster when they're not around you every day.
Oh, I know.
Mhm.
When they're gone, it's 5 to 1. In 1 year, they're 5 times bigger than what they were the last time you seen them.
No. No.
I know. Believe me. Hey, you look at Cassidy and everything. I mean, it was just the other day we had this little bitty baby,
Mhm.
and now
she's in her first year of
she's
college.
already first year of college and out of that. And I'm like, oh my God, my little girl grew up.
Yeah.
She's still my little girl, but
She's taller.
yeah, she's taller and yeah, but she's doing real good. Real
Well,
good.
We figured she would.
oh yeah, we weren't worried
She's
about
got a
her.
good head on her shoulders.
No, she's going to be working at
Hey, Gary.
KU, I believe, this summer.
Oh, one of
Or St.
the
St.
active-
Luke's. St. Luke's is where
St.
she's going to be
Oh,
working.
good.
I was gonna say
That's good.
the one downtown, Kansas
Yeah.
City. Oh, that's a heck of a drive for her.
I know.
Hopefully, she's working days and not nights.
Yeah.
That'd be
Right.
a good experience.
It helps her with her college and everything for what she's going into
Right.
and everything. So,
Yep.
Well, wish her all the best. Well, I got us some guests tonight. I got Grant and Shay. They were on. There's Nigel
There's
finally.
Nigel.
What took you so long?
hi, Nigel. You're a little late.
That's late.
But thank you, Nigel, for being here. We're
Yes.
just so glad you're here.
We was
So-
worried.
So got on Grant and Shay. They've been on our show before, and last time we talked to them, they lived in Kentucky. Now they don't. They're not too far from us. And I thought technically I had them scheduled for last night, but with all the changes, I missed that I booked them and rebooked, and it was a mess. So, yes,
That's all right, Nigel.
family always comes first.
Right.
So I lucked out, and they were available tonight. So we got Grant and Shay. So I'm excited to say hello.
Hello.
So how are you guys liking living near the coast?
Absolutely loving it.
It's peaceful.
I told you.
The move
So-
has been so easy. It's everything that we've had to accomplish. There's no issues. Driver's license, nothing, no issues. Everything pretty much got settled today. So
We
Oh,
close
good.
on our house tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Good.
So,
So excited.
so is that closing on the house that you sold?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think you guys were buying a house in Alabama
now we bought
yet.
it in the RV lot. So we own our little strip of paradise.
Well, you know what? As far as taxes go, that's great.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially when
Hey,
she was
Tom.
looking it up and she said, "I'll just claim it as your second home."
Okay.
I was like, "That's fine." Lower
Well,
my taxes.
You know, but isn't it great to get up and go,
Fishing.
hey,
Fishing.
it's a green flag day. Let's go.
We
Yeah.
haven't had a green flag day since September.
Oh, I
Every time
know.
we come down, it's double red, double red, double red.
Right.
Well, it was on Saturday. It was red flag when we left, but by the time we got there, it was double red. And we got wind burned on both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
But Sunday was here. We went to a disc golf course. But yeah, the wind was so strong that it basically burned our skin. So we went down by the inlet where they say that they see sharks down that way a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't see nothing. The water, because of the
Yeah, it was all murky.
it was all murky as heck.
Hey,
But-
Susan. Mike.
But yeah, it was nice down there. It's just I can't believe that they changed all the parking to pay parking,
Oh,
all of it.
it's crazy. So here's
Oh, really?
a crazy story for you. On Thursday or Friday, we went out to Fort Morgan and we were just walking on the pier, and we got to the end of the pier, and a pelican drops into the water. And when that pelican dropped into the water, a dolphin comes flying out of the water and just destroys that pelican,
Had him for supper.
and gone. The pelican
Wow.
was gone.
I
I
had
was
no
like,
clue that dolphins.
Wow,
ate
I didn't know
Never in
that.
the water.
I've got PTSD over it.
Wow.
You,
Hey,
guys,
Amanda.
you guys need
It
to
was
take
horrible.
the ferry. You
Wow.
need to take the ferry over to Dolphin Island and
Yeah.
go to Fort Gaines. It's a nice fort. It's a nice walk. We actually vacationed Dolphin Island 6 years ago, and or not, yeah.
Oh,
Dolphin
they'll
Island.
go over there.
Yeah, I'd go over there
Yeah,
now
you'll
if I
make it.
could, but we haven't. But we've never taken the ferry yet.
Oh, so you drove around to Dolphin
Yeah.
Island.
Well, no, we haven't been there since we came from Kansas that time.
Okay.
So we just drove down. But no, we haven't been over there since we moved.
That's going to be one of our adventure videos as soon as I get my studio back so I can edit.
Well, you did just move, so it takes a little
Yeah.
time to get everything found. Hell, I still haven't found everything, and it's been almost a year.
Being down for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and not doing any videos.
It's
You're
killing
like-
us.
Okay. Time to do something.
Well, your fishing looked good.
Yeah. I should start videoing my fishing.
Yeah.
Well, it's no different than videotaping ghost hunting.
Sure.
Yeah, you never
And
know
with
what
the
you might
Air Force.
catch.
Yeah, you never know what's going to come up on that line.
So
Yeah.
I'm still trying to. I finally found the haunted beach where we can
The
ghost
haunted
hunt
beach?
and swim. Yeah, Fort Pickens. So down. So you go to Pensacola Beach and you get to the light there and you make a right at Fort Pickens and you just go all the way down to the end. And all through there.
Yeah, it's a federal park.
Yeah, it's a
wow.
National park.
Yeah, we did a U-turn there. So we didn't go all the way in.
Oh, you mean at Fort Morgan?
No, Fort Pickens.
Oh, Fort Pickens. Well, we went in. If you get a ticket, it's good for a week at all these parks. So there's like one in Alabama and there's one in Mississippi and a couple over here.
You might need a week to check everything out, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were good for a week.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's really pretty, and the beach is empty. There's hardly anybody down there.
I love all those forts. They're so cool.
Yeah.
We're going up to Fort Blakely in 2 weeks. And with a group of people, so it'll be interesting. More like Drowning Ghosts comic.
What's the fort name in Bay Minette? Is it Bay Minette when we leave and we see that fort? All the signs for the fort?
I don't know.
What?
There's a fort
I'd have to look it up.
Near where?
It's not Fort Knox.
Near where?
Fort Knox, Kentucky.
But one place I do want to go when we start filming again, I was told that the Fort Morgan Lighthouse was open for guests. So we're going to try to find somebody to take us out there and so we could do an overnight at the lighthouse.
Oh, okay. Fort Cruz, is that the one that you're talking about?
No.
In Bay Minette?
Is it Fort Cruz?
I've never seen
I have to look it up again. I saved it on my phone. I can't remember what it was. I just always see the sign when we leave.
So not too far there's Fort Blakely. It's just north up by Spanish Fort.
North
Spanish Fort.
Spanish Fort.
Well, Spanish Fort, I don't know if there is a real fort. I just know that there's a town.
Oh.
But just north of there is Fort Blakely, and then there's a plantation also up there.
Oh.
So we're planning on going up there. We're going with the Pensacola Paranormal team. Panhandle Paranormal of Pensacola. It's not like Paranormal Pride doesn't have enough P's. They had to outdo me by 2. So they made us honorary members of Pensacola Panhandle Paranormal.
Panhandle Pensacola.
3 P's.
Yeah,
3
P's versus 2.
When we first started, we were Black Pearl Paranormal, and nobody could ever get it right. Great logos, though.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody could ever remember it.
I like a name that goes with me everywhere.
Yep.
It's my name. I don't have to worry about it. It just changes wherever I change to.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand if you're never moving from where you're at. You know, we could have been Lewisburg Paranormal, but why? You know, now we're in Milton, and I don't think I want to be Milton Paranormal. So do you guys want to be Gulf Shores Paranormal?
I'm sorry?
I said, well, you know, you're close to Gulf Shores with the G and the S. See,
Yeah,
GSP.
Grant and Shay.
GSP. GSP does EVPs.
So not you haven't done anything paranormal wise since you moved?
Not yet.
Not
Have you
since the
witnessed
move.
anything? Even by accident?
When we were at the old house, we had the lady, the original owner to the house. We seen her several times, and she got to the point where we were feeling very uneasy all the time. And I told him, I said, you got to leave because I'm going to have to sage the house. So I took about 2 hours, and I just went in there, started saging, and I just had a heart-to-heart with her, and I told her, you got to go. Because we were fighting all the time. Well, not fighting, arguing all the time, and we just felt a lot of negativity in the house, and I was like, I'm done. You got to go.
And as soon as she did it, it's done. It was like, oh, we're back to being ourselves. Okay, cool.
That house we rented in Dauphin Island, it was bad. I mean, everybody in the house, anytime they were in there, they wanted to fight, wanted to complain. And the thing is that whole neighborhood was fine during Katrina. The one side, the one whole side of the island, the west side, was pretty much messed up. This little part of the island was not even touched.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Strange, huh? So
Yeah.
it just makes me wonder what was going on there. It made all this negativity.
But we were on with you guys right before we came down in September. And
Yep.
we decided to do a experiment, EVP experiment on the beach in Gulf Shores. Nobody was around, and it was so funny because it was like we were getting EVPs of an older gentleman, kind of a Spanish, you could tell it wasn't an American speaking, but he was talking ship terms. And he kept saying, my ship, my ship. And I'm like looking around. We're the only people on the beach. And I was like, oh, we're going to have to do this again. Especially when there's no wind. Because I was like, well, this is really interesting. We're getting stuff by the water, EVP, and nothing was around. And I still can't figure that out.
That's one of the things
I never thought of it.
I told Ron, I said, when people die here, I said, you quite possibly could be seeing people that are dressed like pirates and crap because of the fact that, first of all, the Renaissance Festival here, everybody dresses like pirates. It's not like the ones you would have seen in the Midwest. Or you've also got all the crews for the, Mardi Gras and all that other stuff, all the parade crews, they dress up. Many of them dress up like pirates. And if that's their favorite thing to do, you could see them and not even know that it's this era, not the era way back when.
Right.
But yeah, downtown Pensacola's got a neat history. But, we've had all along the coast, there's been ships that have gone down. So it's quite possible you got something from back in the day.
Because I was looking it up and it said 218 ships from Pensacola to Gulf Shores that they have documented so far that are still out in the water.
Plus,
did you see last year? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see last year on the news the guy who found, or the family that found a Civil War sword at Pensacola Beach?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
It just washed up. And, how many years was it down? It was down there at least 150 years, and all of a sudden it washes up. I mean, it was barnacle covered and everything, but they happened to find it. And of course, the state took it from them. Yeah. But,
and
still.
then down by Fort Morgan, Gary Drayton, he's on, what's the TV show?
Oak Island.
Oak Island. He's a metal detector guy. He lives down here. And after the hurricane came in, there's a ship right in his backyard. And so they gave him a couple months. He got to keep anything he wanted inside of it. And then the USS Alabama team, whatever it is, came and got the ship. And they were redoing the ship to put it into the museum. But he got to keep everything. He has a ruby in the back of his car that's 6 carat ruby in the back of his car.
Ooh.
Wow.
He says, I just have too much stuff. I just keep it in the back of the car. It's crazy.
I'll be breaking into that one. Someone will.
Well, the ruby itself is expensive, but how it was found and the age of it makes it even more valuable.
Right.
But yeah, did you hear they also sunk a ship out near Destin for the reef?
I was going to say for the reef.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
They
heard
just
that on the
did
news the
it.
other day.
It was either in October or November that they did it. And so you already found out about the weird mullet festival. You know, when you tell people mullet festival, the first thing they think of is hair. They don't think of
I
dead
thought
fish.
of fish. Yeah.
Well, we did. We
Yeah.
thought of fish
I mean,
because
Night.
we've seen the mullets, you know. But yeah, it's like throwing a fish over the state line. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you guys missed anything or not.
No.
We were one car late from getting in the parking lot.
And I
that's what
wasn't
Denise-
gonna pay $40 to get in.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
$40
That's per person or for
No,
both?
to park.
to park.
For a car.
To park?
Yeah.
The car can't even enjoy it.
Wow.
Right.
So I told him, I said, if we can't get in the parking lot for free, we're not going.
Well, you know, that's kind of how I feel about going to the beach. I can go to the beach for free. Why am I
Right.
going to go pay to park?
Yeah.
So
Now,
I don't
there's
know.
always parking when you go into Gulf Shores. When you pass the hangout, the next, they're building a brand new hotel. As soon as you pass the hotel on the right, there's free parking by DeSoto's restaurant. And
Yeah.
there's 3 streets there, free parking, and then behind DeSoto's is free parking. We've never.
Yeah, I found that
Or-
after the fact.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found it after the fact, but we ended up, like I said, we ended up
Yeah.
down at the spillway. So, I tell you, we pass a lot of time walking at the beach, shelling.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when we go, whatever. I'm shelling, and
I found some different ones.
yeah, we did find different ones there. I mean, each beach is so totally different.
Yeah.
There are some beaches like Grant and State Park,
Yeah.
hardly any seashells at all.
But sand was
But the sand was so
really,
fine.
really smooth.
It was. I mean, you could walk on it without sinking.
Right.
Oh, wow.
You know, and so that was nice. But of course, it's really fine and dense, and they have alligators. So
Yeah.
you know, you got a choice: shells or alligator. But have you guys ever seen any alligators in that little park there in Gulf Shores? Have you been there yet?
No, not
Yeah,
yet.
about-
At Shelby Park,
Yeah.
they
I
told us
see them.
they said they had 4 of them, and one of them just had a baby.
Yeah.
So there's 5 of them now.
Oh, well, then you definitely don't want to find the mama.
No.
Right.
But we found crabs. We saw crabs in there swimming around, blue ones. And then one of the guys coming out, he said he saw a rabbit. And I said, well, that's not fair. I said, that's feeding them. There's a sign out front that says not to feed them. But there's no fence around the thing. You know,
Yeah.
there used to be. There was a fence around it. Yeah, on one side.
Oh, one side, but not all the way around.
Yeah, it was on the side where the RV park is.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a fence around there.
Yeah,
So-
I'd hate to wake up and walk out and there's an alligator next to my camper.
Yeah, it could happen too.
It's chewing on your tire, and you're sitting there
Yeah.
going, "Oh, okay." How do you explain that to your insurance company?
The alligator ate it.
I'm still trying to figure out how I would explain if I hit an alligator. You know, I don't know. So, but like I said, so far we haven't seen any here, so or anywhere in the area yet. So hopefully we will soon, and far enough away to where I don't have to run.
That's right.
Well, at that state park where we were hiking, I said, man, this looks pretty swampy right in here. And she goes, oh, there's no alligators. And I said, like hell, this is exactly where they would be hanging out.
Oh
And
yeah.
then she sees the sign as we're leaving. She goes, oh, you were right. I said, I told you. We just didn't see any. Thank God. But,
The last time we was down here, I think it was when we went to close on this property, we went to Shelby Park and walked along the boardwalk, and some of them weeds that's in there that's plowed down.
yeah.
There's some big old alligators up in there.
Mm-hmm.
I said we haven't seen any yet, but
Yeah.
because we've been going down there, we figured it out. It's been at least 9 years since we've been going down there. So, because we stayed in that microtel once, and we stayed down on the east side of the road down there. A friend of mine has a condo that we stay at. So, and funny thing
It's not too far from the free parking.
Yeah. I was asked to go to Gulf Shores today by our neighbor. She goes, you want to go to Gulf Shores with me? And it's like, I got meetings. I can't.
Yeah, but you work.
Yeah, she was going to make me work. I don't need that. So
You
I
didn't
have
take much
enough
time
work with
off.
my work. So what are
You
you
didn't
guys
take much
planning
time
on
off
doing
from your heart
besides
surgery.
what?
You didn't take much time off from your heart surgery.
No. I could have gone back the next day, actually.
Oh,
I
wow.
just couldn't keep my eyes open very well. I just kept wanting to go to sleep. But yeah, the heart. Yeah, I still do. But the heart surgery that they did, they went. It was ablation surgery, so technically, technically you're done. You go in, you go home. I mean, I was fine except for I couldn't cough. So,
That hurt me.
what did he say? I cannot picture a worse way to go than being eaten by an alligator or crocodile.
I know,
yeah,
right?
that wouldn't be much fun.
True.
Yeah, they don't usually eat your head first. That's the thing.
As long as he takes me in one gulp.
Same as a shark. They better just take me at one. So, and those we have seen. We have
Yeah.
seen some sharks out there where you guys are at.
Yep.
Have you guys? Let's see. I know the one pier is closed. The one at the Gulf State Park
Right.
is
Yep.
closed.
Where were you fishing at?
Fort
the other
Morgan.
day? Okay.
Down at Fort Morgan.
What kind of fish did you catch? What were they?
Ooh, got an ocean perch, a
Trout.
croaker, a trout,
Sea bass.
a sea bass, and then the
Wow.
big
Catfish.
sailfish, sailcat. That sailcat
Which was the best eating?
Cat.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Have you ate them all yet, or tried
No,
them?
we still got him.
He's in the freezer at the moment.
Okay.
Well, I'll have to have a fish fry because I plan on fishing.
That's
From what
what
I
I need to
understand-
start doing.
I find it weird the people down here that never go to the beach and don't eat seafood.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
our neighbors are like that.
They
He's
don't
like,
go
oh,
to the
really?
beach and they don't eat seafood.
No, he's like, oh, I don't like that stuff. And I'm like, what are you here for?
Yeah.
Why?
That's just
Yeah.
it.
He just likes the good weather.
I
I think
I'm
so
pretty
because
sure
they're from Maine. They're from New York and Maine. And
oh,
so
that's why.
they come down here for the summertime. And they come down here kind of strange to me. They come down in the summer and go back home for the winter. I
Just
don't
the
get-
opposite of what snowbirds do. Yeah.
Extreme,
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe they like the extremes of each.
Yeah, and they probably go back for kids for holidays.
I don't
Well, that's
know.
like Rachel and them. They go
Probably they go back to vote.
up there for the winter and then come back here for the summer.
Let's see. Did you hear that they have a lionfish rodeo here?
No.
Yeah, they go out and everybody brings in their, if they catch lionfish because, they got spines and they're poisonous. And so they go out and anybody who catches them brings them in and they put them in they weigh them. So it goes on for like a month. And May 17th through 19th is the end of the rodeo, basically. So everybody who's entered, somebody wins based on the amount of the weight of what they bring in. And
That's what our banker was
everybody
talking about
gets
today.
to eat them. They cook them up and you get to try them.
That
Wait,
that fish?
Yes.
Oh, that's nasty looking fish.
Yeah, they're
Oh, that
poisonous.
is.
All those are spines.
That looks like
wow.
that looks like off of Aliens.
You
And
want to
you
hear
say they're
something really
poisonous?
weird? Huh?
You
You say
haven't
they're
seen one before?
Yeah.
No, I've never
they
seen
have-
a lionfish before.
They have
They're like people that get saltwater aquariums. That's like one of the top sellers.
they have
Those
spines
there are
in their
cool looking.
anus. What do you
That's
think about
ugly.
that? Poisonous spines in their anus.
Huh.
She's
She's looking at it going, oh, hell no.
yeah,
So what you talk
they-
about on your paranormal podcast? Spines in my anus.
Yeah.
No, thank goodness.
I
But
guess
that,
something
Think
like
about
that.
everything.
but yeah, it's interesting that there's a rodeo for this, but it's
Yeah.
because they're invasive and they're trying to get rid of them. So, and one fish can lay 15,000 eggs. One female can
wow.
lay 15,000 eggs. So you figure if you get rid of one, you're
Yeah,
getting rid of a
but
ton.
Those eggs are feeding
Something.
a little something. Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
15,000, and they do it twice a year, so that's 30,000.
Huh.
So,
Kind of like.
but
the,
yeah, I hear
Well,
that
in your case.
if you're allergic to these things, it's like being allergic to
Oh,
bees or whatever.
they're poisonous.
Yeah, you could die
wow.
if you
Yeah.
step on one. So just keep that in mind. Something
Yeah.
else out there that can kill you
Just
in the water.
One of the many things. Don't worry about it.
Now I won't get in the water.
Jump in the water.
No, just don't go out where there's a lot of rocks. That's where they tend to hang out. So we
So
don't.
have you looked at any boats yet?
No,
No.
no,
You
Not
plan on getting one or
I'll get a headache.
rent it when you need
no,
it?
we plan on getting friends that already have one.
Oh, there you go.
We've already done that.
So we have.
Rob.
Oh yeah, Rob.
So
When his is working.
yeah, right now his isn't working, but
Oh, that's a boat.
same
owner.
as the swimming pool. Everybody, all the neighbors are getting swimming pools, and they go, "Are you guys
I
getting a
do,
swimming pool?"
I think these are the people that don't go to the beach because I'm like,
We have our
Why would you
swimming
get
pool to ourselves in the resort.
yeah,
Well, that's different. That's a resort,
All,
but in
all
your
these older
backyard,
people don't go up there.
We're the youngest in this resort by 30
so you brought
years.
down the average age.
We're the youngest ones out here.
Yeah, brought down the average age to 82.
yeah, we had a swimming pool our first house. You couldn't give me a swimming pool now. After going through that, no way. There's so much trouble.
Yeah.
With
Pain in the ass.
with their yard being the way it is, it
Oh, there's no
would be
way.
horrible. It would rain hard like it did today.
There were some houses that we actually liked, and they said, we looked at it and it said, swimming pool, exclamation point. I'm like, nope. See you later.
And it was a really nice house.
Yep.
And it was cheaper than this, but it had a weird bathroom too. It had 2 toilets in the master bath. So it had
Is it all right?
two water closets. So you shared the whole bathroom, but yet you each had your own toilet. And I'm like, and they built it as a 3-bathroom house.
They should get up at the same time. Who knows? I don't know.
And
Yeah,
I'm like, that's not 3
yeah.
bathrooms. That's still 2 bathrooms. So
That's when you have your private talks.
Early morning business meetings.
Yeah.
that's where some of mine end up with the cell phone. You never know.
Oh, she's always got that.
So So what are your plans for the rest of the summer? Get your studio back up.
More fish.
We get our shed on Thursday. And then as soon as I'm able to get all my camera stuff set back up and all that, we're going to head out. And we've started adding, besides the paranormal to our stuff, we started doing prank videos on each other. And
Yeah, I saw that.
Just RV adventure life.
Day-to-day RVing, full-time RVing.
Yeah.
Because
I watched some of the pranks on YouTube that you did. Those are hilarious.
Here's what's crazy. We watch a guy that travels in his RV. He has a Sprinter van. He doesn't do anything at all. He sets up, plays some video games, cooks some dinner. He says, "Oh, this lake is beautiful." He's got hundreds and thousands of followers.
Wow.
Oh, we watch him.
And he doesn't say hardly anything during his whole podcast. You just watch what he does. And I'm like, what are we doing wrong?
That doesn't make it a podcast if that's all you're doing. Maybe he should just call it.
This is a video. YouTube videos.
The passive.
It's a blog, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of them doing it out there in the mini homes, in the vans and different things. And they got followers from everywhere.
The thing is in those mini homes, you could spend as much on that as you do on a house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these things are as much as our first house was. Our first house was $50,000. By the time you get the blown-in insulation, the walls done, the electric put in, and a place to put it, you're talking about almost the same price as a home.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to put in plumbing somewhere. I mean, I assume.
Or a big fifth wheel. Big fifth wheels can run you some money.
$87,000 for some of the nicer ones. I know.
Oh, more than that.
Yeah, like I said.
We're looking at some that were over 200,000.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to even look at those. I mean,
yeah, it's like, what in the world? This is a house. They're that big. It's crazy.
I mean, they're beautiful.
Super double wides. They open up and they're super double wide. They're so expensive. I just don't understand it. I can
never. They've got to be so heavy, hard to pull.
No, it's not bad. They're only going to be like 17,000 pounds. So a Ford F-250, it's an easy pull.
Yeah, but then you got to buy a $75,000-$80,000 truck to pull it. So factor all that in, and you got the same price as a $250,000 home out here.
That's non-electric truck.
The great thing that we learned, because we're getting ready to upgrade from our travel trailer to a fifth wheel, is they have a guy who will deliver the fifth wheel out here. So we don't have to buy another truck.
No, that's
so
good.
Nobody in there's two of us that have trucks to pull if a hurricane comes, pull our RV out. Nobody else pulls their RV out during a hurricane.
They don't have trucks.
Full coverage. They don't care about it. They're like,
I noticed that.
Well,
I noticed that they do the same thing on their boats. They just leave them there.
Yep.
Hurricanes coming. Got insurance.
And they're always covered. That's what's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because up in Kentucky, if a tree limb falls on it, they're going to say that's an act of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But down here, hey. But,
yeah.
So, you guys were on your podcast last night. You were talking a bunch of paranormal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What is a couple of things, because I know it's not just one, a couple of things that in the last 2 years that is annoying you more than anything about paranormal groups, individuals,
TV
shows.
Faking evidence.
Faking evidence and trying to get a TV show going.
Yeah.
Those are the two things that bug me all the time.
So,
Yeah, you don't want
but
a
the other
TV
thing
show.
that bugs me is there's favoritism in the paranormal on TV shows. That there's, because of somebody's name, they've got the show, the only show that's left of paranormal on the network. So,
And it sucks.
and that bothers me, that people think that this is good watching. And I'm gonna just say,
That little wimp boy
Ghost
won't even
Adventure-
leave his house.
Ghost Adventures House Calls with Zach sitting there,
Yeah, he
and-
won't leave his. He's
Yeah.
off the deep end now.
sitting at his desk like this, telling everybody else what to do.
Yeah.
That right there is, here they go, and they've made this beautiful inroad for everybody to learn about the paranormal, and they effed it up.
But you know what's so
That-
funny about that is when we went out to Vegas to film the ghost towns, we investigated the Goldfield Hotel, and the
Oh.
woman who
Did you get in there?
Yeah,
we did.
Did
Yeah.
you really? Oh man.
Yeah.
It was
That was
before they
easy.
shut it
We had
down.
amazing evidence. Oh my God, it was so freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But the woman that was took us in there, she was there when Zach Bagans made national headlines, with the brick coming at him.
Oh, yeah, the first time.
yeah, the documentary.
It was all set
Yeah.
up. He said, I was there. It was all set up. They had the other guy in the room pulled the brick with the string. She said, I was here. It was all fake.
Was this the woman that's the real estate agent that lives there,
No,
No.
they own the.
or was it
high school.
Virginia?
Virginia.
Okay.
Jerry owns the high
He's still
school.
alive.
No, she's dead.
Yeah, I thought you.
Yeah, Jerry and
Go
her
ahead.
husband own the high school.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we
if you
went
go
by
on
the
our
high school.
which
YouTube
looked
channel,
pretty interesting too.
if you go onto our YouTube channel to the Goldfield Hotel, you'll see what we caught. It was so freaking awesome how it happened.
That place looked neat. I mean, we could see in the windows and that, but we couldn't get in. I said, man, I wanted to get in there.
We went up there twice, and down the street. So when you're at the hotel, or so you're at the high school, and you walk towards Tonopah,
Uh-huh.
there's a building there where the guy who used to own the Goldfield Hotel had an office on the
Right.
corner there, and there's the buildings down this way. Well, this lady ended up getting a flat tire, and of course, you know that between Beatty and Tonopah, there's nothing.
Mm-mm.
There's no gas stations or nothing.
There's nothing.
so she,
Tumbleweed and
so she
sand.
used her phone and she called AAA, and they sent this guy out that lives in the area, and he brought her to this spot to help her with all this stuff. And he goes, yeah, out here, he goes, I'm AAA. And when we drove by, we just stopped, and I was walking around, and the guy goes, do you want to walk in and check it out? And I went back to the car. I said, we've been invited to go check it out. So we got out and we walked through the whole building that day. And it was so neat. It was like you stepped back to 1910.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was all the stuff that this guy had salvaged from the hotel and the school and all the other buildings there in town.
Wow.
So it was
So
kind of
there-
neat to see.
So then the next day, we drove all the way out in the mountains to a gold mine town that had 4 people living in it still, had a bar. The bar had more alcohol in it than 5 bars in Nashville, Tennessee. It was crazy how much liquor he had. So he sat down and was talking about all the ghosts and everything. And then he said, do you want a drink? So we both had a drink. I said, how much do I owe you? And he looked at me, and he real standoffish. He's like, yeah, I don't do that. I'm like, what? He goes,
He said, whatever you want to donate.
if you feel it in your heart to donate, then you donate, because I don't want any licensing in this town. So he doesn't license, and everybody just donates money to him, and he's got top of the shelf stuff. It is crazy how much
Wow.
alcohol he had.
There,
But, you know,
there's a. Go ahead.
no, you have to get past that. He's carrying guns on his ankles and on his hips, and he's real standoffish about you until he gets to know you, and then he's fine.
We have a question here from Tom. Doesn't Zach make the location sign a contract that no other investigation can be filmed there for a period of time?
No,
Wherever he
No.
goes.
He can't do that.
They don't do that. I asked Sharon because I'd heard that rumor.
No, they didn't at Sally House either.
Yeah, they didn't do it at the Sally House. They didn't do it
They
at.
could try.
They could
Try
try.
to make the location lose out on money.
Nope. So, but no, they did not even ask that of Sharon or the Pythian Castle, Sally House.
Mm.
Didn't even come up. So, and they might do it now.
But we did go to his museum while we was out there.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did. It was
I
pretty
couldn't pay
cool,
the money
I
to go
thought.
in there.
But downstairs in the basement where they had all this extreme activity, oh man, it was set up so bad. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you've seen all these wires down there, and they had the REM pods and stuff set up, but you know, all you gotta do is look up to the ceiling, and all these wires are there, which is making the stuff go off. So it's like,
And
but
they
it
don't
was a pretty cool place.
right? And they don't allow you to take pictures.
no.
Nope. Nope.
That's
The
what,
one
40,
little
50
room,
bucks
as
to
you walk
top
in the
to
door,
get
they
in?
have one a little room right there with some stuff in it, and that's the only place you could take pictures. But once you start on the tour, no video, no pictures. So that right there calls bullshit.
Right.
I wonder if they saw your teddy bear up there, Denise,
Who knows?
Probably.
There's a
that was
panda
taken
bear.
from the Sally House.
So
His
It
mom,
mo- I
Zach's mom runs it, so she's in total control, and his sister both run that location.
well, why
So-
not?
How much was it to get in?
It was
40,
I
50
think I paid $175 for both of us.
Oh my God.
There was a Groupon.
Yeah, I know,
That-
Carl.
I found a Groupon for it. you
Yeah.
know, years ago,
Yeah.
and then there's
I
a
throw it all on red. That's what I would have done.
there's
And it wasn't worth
$5
the
discount
VIP.
if you're military. I heard.
Yeah,
Oh.
we had the VIP lanyard
And all that did was allow you to crawl on the ground
in the basement.
in the basement through tunnels.
Raw.
Yeah.
Crawl. Yes.
No wonder our friend
Mm.
quit that job working with Zach. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say our friend's name, but he does live in Kansas. So he used to be their tech guy, if anybody knows who I'm talking about.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I got a feeling that there's a lot of stuff going on that none of us are ever going to know. I think one day there's going to be a show that's going to be similar to this Magic Tricks Revealed, Secrets Revealed about the paranormal. That this hologram or this ghost was really a hologram, and this is how they did it. And this shadow person was done like this, you know. And if I was smart, I'd figure out how they were doing this stuff up front and
What's his
just
name?
do it now. Show them now how they're faking it.
There's already
But
a
I
guy
can't.
doing that.
There's a
Huh?
there's
There's already a guy doing that.
few guys on YouTube that's busting every one of them.
What's his name?
Beardo is one of
No,
them.
no, no. The guy that's offered the money.
Oh, that's it's a company through I Am Kenny Biddle.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Kenny.
I am Kenny Bennell.
I
Yeah.
Am Kenny Biddle. Okay, so the how can I say it without saying their names?
Her dad's famous for
Her
a ghost show.
dad's famous for a ghost show.
Okay.
So the girl and the boy.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Somebody I don't like.
Yeah, so everywhere you go, you are guaranteed conversations with spirits through
Touching.
knock knocks, it's bullshit. But this company that Kenny Biddle knows, or he's associated with, has offered them $500,000 if they will just come forward and prove that it's real, and they won't do it. They won't do it. So in June, we go to Old Haunted Harriman Hospital in Harriman, Tennessee. So they're having an event there in June. So we're going to drive back up there in June, and they're going to be there. So I'll probably be known as the biggest bitch there, because I want you to prove it to me. You know?
Yeah.
You know what? You probably shouldn't have said that on here. Because they may see that you're coming and decide we're sold out.
Yeah. I've already got my tickets.
Well, it doesn't matter. They can still rescind and just say the event's been canceled and you're the only one that they cancel it with.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
we're supposed to be meeting Ronnie D, who owns the hospital. We're meeting him. Yeah. He's going to be on my show on May 13th. So
cool.
You can talk to him about that. But Kat wants us to meet her up there at Old South Pittsburgh. And the team that we're part of here, the 3 Ps, Panhandle Paranormal of Pensacola. Hopefully I got it right that time. Yeah. There's some of the team is going up to Old South Pittsburgh and Harriman in June. So
is that when the event is?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
That's where we were volunteers at Old South Pittsburgh Hospital for 4 years?
Is it?
That place is awesome.
You've said it 3-4 different ways now.
Panhandle Paranormal. So
Shay can never say Old Historic Harriman Hospital. She always says haunted, and it's not haunted.
Oh, HHHHH.
Yep. All I know is it's Harriman Hospital.
Yeah.
So
let me tell you, one of the good guys in the paranormal is Ronnie D. What he does to his locations is incredible.
Yep.
They're clean, for one.
He's got a passion for them.
That's why I want to go there.
His passion for the paranormal, you feel it as soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
And you also feel, and I'll tell you this, you also feel that if there's a spirit or a ghost, it's not a demon. There's no demons at his locations.
Right.
No.
If it's something there, it's something there. But you can just feel, I'm going to say good ghosts, good spirits, even though they have some mischief, and that's fine because you need to figure out what's what. But Ronnie is legit one of the good guys that we have that owns buildings.
Just like Robin Terry.
Yeah.
I think he puts a lot of time and effort into the buildings that he owns. And he'll help other location owners get the stuff that they need as well. You know, and he gives his time to so many different charities. And I know that more than likely Ronnie D does. I've never talked to him. I've heard him interview on Fate Magazine Radio and some other shows. But at the time that he was interviewing on those shows, I was on that network. So if it was somebody that was always on that network that I was on, I didn't coach their guests. Even though I wanted to talk to him really bad, it just wasn't right. You know, to go and poach their guests and say, hey, you know, come on over here and talk to me for a while. So
Ronnie's a very nice guy.
Yeah, the groups that do all this, you know, fake stuff. If it's a haunted location, you don't need to do all that.
You don't need to fake anything.
It's gonna come to you.
I don't understand what they're getting out of. Well, other than
Clicks and
trying to
likes.
make a buck. But
Subscribers on YouTube.
yeah,
Mhm.
And let's see
Right.
how many of these groups are around in 5 years when their taxes are due or their back taxes are due with all the money they've made and they haven't paid any taxes. They won't be here in 5 years.
Right.
Because I
don't
always
know,
tell
I
people,
watched-
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Well, I was going to say there's a guy that we watched that's got more than 1 million followers, ended up with a TV show and everything. Well, 2. And, you know, the first one went real quick. I mean, it went like 3 episodes before they dropped him. But then they brought him back for another show. And I don't know. I don't know how
I'll
asshole.
give you a hand. He talks like this.
But the thing
He
is,
sounds like he's high all the time,
well,
which he probably is. But
yeah, he's from California, and his dad paid for everything when he was growing up.
yeah.
But you know, I just don't know how assholes and dicks get shows. Just saying.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I mean, do they not do a personality? You know, doesn't somebody, the people that, don't they go in front of groups of people and say, "What do you think?"
No.
You know,
I mean,
Nielsen
you
ratings
have all
don't
these-
matter anymore.
We got all these gullible people out there that will believe anything, and that makes their ratings stay up high. And it's like,
Right.
we know, real paranormal investigators know that that's not possible, you know, or it doesn't happen that often. I mean, we've been to locations before where we've sat there all night and didn't hear nothing.
Absolutely
Exactly.
nothing.
But, you know, you got a young YouTube group that goes in there the night before, and oh my God, they got extreme evidence, you know? It's
Yep.
like, no, you didn't.
So, okay, we're going there. So, I'm not going to call the group out, but it happened yesterday. And I showed Shay, I said, tell me what you think about this. This group
It's on YouTube.
Yeah. So this group does
I've seen
paranormal.
some of those.
This group does paranormal plus Bigfoot. Okay,
Oh,
that's fine.
Even better.
But when they are claiming evidence is we heard knocking in the woods. They're in the woods camping, by the way. We heard footsteps and knocking in the woods at 2:00 in the morning.
Food came up missing on
Food
the
came
grill.
up missing on top of the table and on the grill. There's something out there. It's paranormal. One, you're in Raccoon, where you're located. There's raccoons, skunks, deer. I can go down the list and
Right.
debunk everything that you're saying is paranormal. And then he said, and then we hung a chicken in the woods, and that chicken was gone the next morning. That is a Bigfoot.
Oh, it's got to be.
Yeah, right. That coyote.
There's
had-
nothing else beats chicken.
I just sat there and I looked at Shay and I was like, okay, because for a long time, our rule was you do not bash anybody in the paranormal. We do not do that. All right, so we're going on 20 plus years together.
I can't do it no more.
And I'm to the
Right.
point where all these young kids, I'm about to unleash her mouth and her hands and say, go after them. Because
They need it.
I can't do
They
it.
need it. They deserve it because
But, well,
it's crap.
And if you try to correct them and say, look, this is
They know
this
what
is
they're doing.
natural cause, and this
Right.
is how it happened, they're like, oh my God. I mean, they start bashing you. And it's
Right.
like, whatever.
especially when you can,
Common
And the
sense is what it's called.
yeah, especially in an instance
don't
when
have
you can
it.
look at a video and you can see a car pass by, hit the mirror, the reflection, and then come back and there's a shadow. And we've been doing this for so long, we catch
Yeah.
that like that. That's a car way down the street, reflection, it's a shadow, it's the car, not paranormal. And then they get so many likes and hits, and I'm like, did you not debunk the car that this drove by and the
No.
mirror that's right behind you?
No.
And I'm just, yeah, I'm almost tired of
The
it.
viewers don't care. The viewers go, "Oh wow, That's cool.
Yeah.
They
But
want
if
to
you
believe.
tell
I
them
mean,
to catch nothing, they go, "Oh, that's boring. We're not going to subscribe or
Because
what."
they need something to believe in. They're so,
Yep.
I'm going to say it, godless in this young society that they are looking for anything to believe in. Well, if you're believing that is true, then you're really lost.
yeah.
Well, they're also getting their news from TikTok.
True.
That's my pet peeve of the week.
Yeah.
News on TikTok.
Is crap.
It is crap.
It's true. That's all
Well,
Might
true.
as well watch
Might as well, you know what, CNN.
Communist Nazi Network. Yeah, you might as well watch it.
It's more reliable than TikTok. At least it's done in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have something in common with China. They both hate our country.
Yeah.
CNN, communist
Nazi Network.
Nazi network.
I've never put that together.
That's what I've called it for 20, 30 years.
Oh yeah.
That's what it stands
Wow.
for. That's the real, yeah.
You learn something new every day.
Yes.
But you know what? You are right, though, about the gullibility of the audience.
Yeah.
Whether it's a paranormal show, TikTok news, there is a lack of critical thinking in the United States because the smartphone is doing all the thinking for them, thinking that this phone is smart. It is not. It was made by smart people to make you dumb.
The problem
Right.
is, even when you give these people all the facts, they don't want to believe the facts.
No.
They want to believe what they want to believe. That's
And see,
the problem.
With TikTok, that's another thing that gets me going too, is every other swipe, it's somebody with dowsing rods doing this. And they're literally moving their hands.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you comment, they mute you or they block you.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
you're seriously moving your hands. But then they always say, Cash App if you want a reading, Cash App if you want a reading.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why would I want a fake reading? Yeah.
People
So
I'm
have
sorry.
pay
you
for it. I mean,
guys watched our episode? What did we call it? There's a ghost in my
Our-
bathroom.
No, our shitter is possessed.
Our shitter is possessed. So we actually
well, you
Yeah,
need
the
two
dead-
toilets.
we did the Dead Files, and I was Steve, and
Oh,
Candy Cane.
and then we were Billy Bob and
Barbara Jean.
Barbara Jean, and so Shay put a real cool video together, and Steve DeShabo liked it and said that's really funny.
Yeah.
But then
oh, he's got a good sense of
He
humor.
does. He has a good.
Yeah.
You'll
sense
have to
of
go
humor.
watch it. It's on our YouTube channel. Our shitter is possessed. He looked just like Steve.
Okay,
So-
guys, I want everybody to get you. Everybody's assigned homework. You guys need to go out there and watch Our Shitter is Possessed and see what's going on. If Steve DeShavi liked it, and he's the one that's on the show, it's got to be
He's
good.
He is a funny,
Right.
yeah.
and I think
He's
we're
a
going to
good
do
guy.
some more of Steve and
I like Steve
Yeah,
a
he's a
lot.
good guy.
she doesn't have very much of a
He probably did laugh his butt.
What Gary Whitmer says: when people see or hear something, run off screaming should not do the paranormal. So
Yeah, we've witnessed that.
we've witnessed people almost.
Now,
run people
I've done
over.
that myself. I am guilty of that myself because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, sometimes
I
you get
don't run
surprised.
off, though. I'll scream, but I don't run off.
No.
Yeah. Like I've said before, the only time I ever got scared was when a chair was thrown at me across a room and I was by myself. And I was
Yeah,
up and out of there pretty quick, and I was white as a ghost when
You were shaking pretty good.
I can't believe you guys didn't hear it.
We were outside.
I know. But yeah, it was in the Sally house. They go
Yeah, we
somebody-
just stepped outside.
and I was just getting the house ready, and I always, after some people came to the house, after the house had been rented out all week with paranormal teams, I always had to go in and
They
check
had a
and clean it
TV
up.
show.
They have,
It talks slowly.
but this
So when
person
you guys
so
actually get to go to Old Harriman, ask for your tour guides to be Sherry, Melanie, and Rhonda. They know
Where at?
everything. They know Old Harriman. They know everything about that location. They are great, really good ghost hunters.
You said
And-
Sherry. Who else?
Sherry, Melanie, and Rhonda. Rhonda actually works there on a daily basis,
They're called the Fun Girls.
and she knows that place from front to back.
In Harriman, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
It's owned by Ronnie D. We were
Was
just
that the
talking-
hospital?
That's the other
Yeah.
hospital.
Oh, the other. Yeah.
So.
And
But, yeah, I'm excited to check out anything new right now.
Yeah, he's got knowledge. People that they know what they're talking about that are, they're running it for him.
Yeah. What?
everything that they do is based on fact, looking stuff up, and it's the hospital. There's one of the last 5 years. It's probably one of the best locations that I enjoyed going to. From being scared to witnessing stuff that I can't explain. I cannot explain what I witnessed there. If you want me to tell you what we witnessed, or
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we're all downstairs, and there's 2 doors that lead to the outside corridor.
What's the nurse's name?
Uh,
Not Juanita. Joanna.
Joanna. And we're all setting. We have everything set up. Everything's going. And, of course, I always set everything up, even though it is what it is. It's equipment that it's just equipment to me. It's toys. But we're all sitting there, and Sherry said, "Hey, Grant, did you see that in the doorway?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And then it came back into the doorway. It's one of those push doors that have 2 windows in it. And he turned and he looked right at us. And then he turned sideways, and he went right through the center of the 2 doors. And he turned back around, and he was really big, and he bull rushed us.
Ooh.
And
we heard that happened at other places too.
We fell on the ground. It was.
We screamed.
Yeah, we screamed. And for me, my heart was racing so bad because I knew it was a man. I could tell.
Where
it was
was
a man.
it? What room?
Is in the basement in the corridor.
Oh, okay.
Next to the nurse's station. And so we were getting so many experiences down there. And there were there's some other people there that night. And Shay and I always say that if there's anything negative or a skeptic, it's going to stop. And sure enough, this group came down the hallway. Boom, nothing else. And I was just like, and she goes,
"It's done.
It's done." And I was like, "Are you sure? You sure?" And she goes, "Yeah." And it was skeptics coming down the hallway that just were loud
mouth.
It's just really strange. And then we went back down a couple months later, and sure enough, we saw him back in the window. He didn't bull rush us again. He just stayed walking, pacing back and forth. Like, am I going to go in? Am I going to go in? If I go in this time, I'm going to hurt him. And that's how I felt. But it wasn't that. It was, I need somebody to know I'm here. I think he's lost. I think he's in between someplace he wants to go to, and he just wants to go. Like, somebody pay attention to me. I'm here. Because it wasn't, he scared us, but it wasn't evil.
They say that at Malvern Manor that they have a spirit that does the same thing. He'll rush people. Never witnessed it. Never saw it. I mean,
well, we didn't. Part of our group.
Well,
Yeah,
he
some
says
of
he
them
did.
did, but
There was 4 of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. There was 4.
Yeah.
The
nobody
oldest
was
guy in
screaming
there-
though.
Huh?
None of them were screaming.
No, the girls weren't. But Joe went running out of the
Yeah,
room.
all-
almost
Oh, I
ran.
know
There
he
was-
went
there was-
running like
Yeah,
a
there
little
was 4
girl.
of them
But
in
yeah.
the hallway, and all 4 of them saw this thing. A real tall, dark shadow just bull rushed him, and there was a story. I forgot what the guy's name was.
But he was mute.
He was mute, and he was real tall. He's about 6'7", 6'8",
Yeah.
and he would at night down at the nurse's station, he would run at him when it was like lights out, just to mess with him. He would run toward the nurse's station and kind of chase him back.
See what makes him that big though? That's my question.
He was a big
'cause
man.
There's one at OSPH that's really, really tall. But I mean, I don't know what the question is, and I'm trying to say, what makes him so big? I mean,
Well,
Were they
You know,
big
there's-
people when they died?
what?
there's
Yeah,
the thought
He was
out
big in
there.
real life, but they're probably bigger afterwards. I
Yeah.
think.
One of the
They can
one of
appear
the
any way they
theories
want.
is that they can show you what they want you to see, whether it's that they're a little sweet little girl or a big giant or
Right.
a really big person. Do we know this? Again, we don't know, but that's one of the theories out there, is that like when a spirit comes back to see you and they look really good, and you're like, well, that's not what mom looked like when she died. She looked
Right.
like these pictures that I have of her. Maybe it's to make you feel more comfortable, more scared, give them more power. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd be more
Intimidation.
scared at a shadow figure that's 7 foot tall running at you than you would at one 3 foot tall running at you.
Right.
Both of them make me scared.
No, it don't make me scared either. I'd sit there and go, really? What are you going to do? Knock me over?
Why not? I would. I'd knock you over.
I know you would.
I don't think anybody wants to find out what I'm going to be like as a ghost.
Oh,
If I become one.
I'm gonna haunt a lot of people. I've already made up my mind.
You got a list
Do what?
mentally? Got a
Yeah,
list
she has a
mentally?
Mentally,
Yes.
oh yeah, I got a
physically,
list of people. Yeah.
whatever I can do. I'm gonna mess with some people.
Poltergeist it.
I'm gonna go over there and knock their coffee cup off the counter and just sit there and laugh at them.
Oh, I just knock it into their lap. There you go.
With it full.
You
Yeah.
can see him standing straight up real fast, can't you?
Yeah.
Every time they get a cup of coffee, you knock it over.
Well, okay, so if you did that in this day and age to a younger person, maybe the younger person will turn around and sue the ghost for $30 million for pouring the hot coffee in their lap.
Coffee.
That's true.
And then if it's in New York, the judge will grant it and say, "Oh yeah, I agree with that."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then say
Yeah,
try
take
to
that one
collect.
to New York court. You'll win every time.
That's right.
You can sue for anything.
Take your pick.
I better be quiet.
So,
But no,
Let's
you're
see.
talking about skeptics and everything, right? Just like
Mhm.
that, what happened to Ron down in the Sally House basement with the ladies that came down after the
Mhm.
Echo Box and everything quit working.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what it
there's
is.
skeptics everywhere.
Okay, so your Echo Box, Ron, was it made in the U.S. or the U.K.?
U.S.
Okay, so the difference. Do you know the difference between the Echo Box from U.S. and the U.K. and what sounds they're traveling off of? So U.S. one is going. The megahertz is going to go from like 95.8 to 102.1.
The Echo
But
Box runs off phonetic
sound banks.
sounds.
Yeah.
Well,
Echo box, not box, box.
Echo
but if it's
Vox.
a UK one, it's running and picking up the sounds off 33 different channels. You cannot, if you get it from the UK, you can't say it's paranormal because it's picking up too many signals.
Yep. I mean, if
I
it's
I didn't know
picking
they
up,
had a UK version.
I didn't either.
They don't. It's one version.
Oh, okay.
AI.
And it has AI in it.
The
Okay,
new
so
stuff that's coming out from the
No,
UK,
no, 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 no.
they're setting it up with AI, so it's not paranormal.
Where's my
So-
phone?
let me
It's
see
got
here.
AI built into it.
Vox.
So
It
what we
is-
use is called Echo Vox. I typed it in.
It's an app.
It's an app that Robert
Yeah,
the
it's
Bird
not. It's
made.
not a equipment.
And
Mm-mm.
what this one does,
There's probably something out there called Echo Vox.
yeah, probably.
I'm sure.
But the one that we
Oh yeah,
have,
there's an Echo box. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
so
probably what you're talking about.
it's got sound banks in this one. It doesn't have any exterior. It doesn't have to go out to the internet. It doesn't have to go
Yeah, it's
anywhere.
no internet, nothing.
And we haven't updated it. So
Yeah, yeah.
there's-
Right.
no,
been
I
updated.
haven't updated it in 2 years.
No, actually, we did it
You did?
recently, about a year ago.
I don't remember.
Well, we're
doing it.
running the 3.0. It's not been
No, there's always updates on the apps about every 3
okay,
to 4
but
months.
it still works the version I got.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's the reason that I haven't updated it because I don't know what they're changing.
Right.
But
Right.
knowing Danny, he didn't change a whole lot.
No,
So-
he did.
The one who created Echo Vox, his name is Danny Big.
Yeah, there's no predetermined words or like that ovulus crap. That's a joke.
But we do know what you're talking about because we do know that there are some actual boxes out there that
Yeah,
now
there's
have.
nothing. It's nothing programmed. It's not. I mean, we've been to places where it spoke German. We were getting
Yeah.
Japanese, Spanish.
Greek. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, and like
Full
he said,
sentences
there's
out.
even the guy.
I'll bring it up
Kelly
on the
said,
phone
I
and show you.
don't know how it's doing that.
We
But,
was
yeah.
at a cemetery that had Native Americans, and
Yeah.
it was coming up some weird language
Yeah.
that we. But my
I know.
mom, because we was doing a live video, and I was talking, and it was the Native American and a white man, and I said, I respect both of you. It doesn't matter what ethnicity that you are. I respect both
Yeah,
of you.
I thought they might.
And it said Watto. And then my mom called me real quick right after that, and she said, do you know what Watto means? I said, I have no idea. She said, it means thank you in Native American and Cherokee. I thought, oh, wow. So we were picking up Cherokee language.
Yeah, we were at a.
Weird.
It was a prisoner cell where they held Japanese prisoners,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that
and
one.
we was speaking Japanese. It shocked
Now,
the
this
hell out of
one
us.
doesn't use frequencies or words in it at all.
Echo.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's just
It's got 6 sound banks
Right.
of no words at all, just sound.
and I've gotten full sentences. Now I will say one thing. It doesn't work everywhere we've been.
No, it don't.
You go to these older locations, doesn't work at all. You won't.
If we go to an
Okay,
older
okay.
location, I'm on out my recorder and just doing live EVPs.
Yeah,
That's what I'm taught on. That's what my
Yeah.
go-to piece of equipment is my
Yeah.
EVP.
that's what I want to do is a live EVP because I kept saying for years, I thought, if you're collecting EVPs, what if something says, hey, I'd like to talk to you? Well, you're not going to know it till you review your stupid evidence. What
Yeah.
good
Right.
is it then?
6
It
months
doesn't- It's
later.
no good. We've
So-
had live conversations with spirits with the Echo Vox. Haven't we,
So
Carl?
I hooked up
Yeah.
my recorder to my headset to
Yeah.
my ear sonic ear piece.
Yeah.
So what I have hooked up is it goes to that, to my headset, to the recorder, which then she can hear in real time.
That's the only way to do it.
Well, your
it's-
laptop's even more sensitive.
Right.
So
On any laptop.
So when you guys are doing it, you're using a digital recorder, not a cassette recorder.
we use both.
Okay, because I
I'd rather use our recorder.
I'll go to a jail. When we go to a jail, I'll take the cassette recorder because to me, an old detective is going to sit down and record like that.
Yep.
And I like doing it like that, but it's just something if we're not catching anything, I'll go to old trusty and say, okay, I'm a detective. Let's answer some questions. Which
Yep,
is kind of cool. You just got to think out of the box, which is what nobody really, except our age, is doing.
You do. You got to try different. Depending on where you're at, you have to try different things. We don't go into any one place and go, okay, this is our standard. This is what we do every time. That's not how it. We go in there. You kind of have a feel for it. I mean, some locations you get a vibe or something.
Oh, sorry. There's sometimes we'll go into a location and just sit around at the table and just start talking to the owner or whoever.
We do the same thing.
On the table.
We've had more activity that way.
So much stuff just sitting there talking.
Octagon Hall, Franklin, Kentucky. That's the best place to do that. But
that's some other place I'd like to go.
It's so cool.
Very intelligent spirits. Mrs. Caldwell will actually sit there and talk to you for a while.
Is that hard to get into or not?
No.
Okay.
And they do
I heard it was pretty easy. But I thought they were doing some
daytime
work.
tours are easy. But we were in Nevada, all the way up on top of the hill in Tunapole, at this little hotel. It's got some creepy pictures and all that. A lot of clowns. Shay and I went through every piece of equipment we took with us.
The Clown Motel?
Yeah.
At the Clown Motel.
Oh, yeah.
So all these YouTubers out there, they get
little
extreme
place,
paranormal activity there.
It ain't
But
haunted.
we didn't get nothing at the Clown Motel.
Yeah.
But we did. We was out at the Tonopah Cemetery.
Yeah, the
And
graveyard next to it's pretty neat.
we both have Android phones. But Siri come through our phone and the first time she said, "I'm sorry to have bothered you," in Siri's voice, and we don't have Siri. It was
That
like,
is a
what the
neat
world?
graveyard.
But the graveyard's really, really cool because it tells
that's
you
real
their
interesting.
name, their age, and how they died.
Oh, I know. We went up there.
Most of them are misspelled.
Yes.
How they died, you notice that?
But yeah, we went up there.
Heart attack, HART.
We went up there from Vegas one time.
Okay.
Well, twice we went up there. And the first time we went, it was snowing.
Yeah.
And the NASCAR race was going on in Vegas, and there was a
Wasn't when we
windstorm.
left.
No, the wind had already picked up and it started to rain. And we ended up in a dust storm and a snowstorm on the way up there. And we ended up turning around and going back to Vegas, and it's not a short drive. Because we weren't dressed for the winter. And,
Not for snow.
But when we went up there, we got to Goldfield and said, you know what, we probably need to get gas. And he goes, well, where's the next gas station? And of course, it's 96 miles from Beatty to Tonopah. And I said, it's in Tonopah. So we went the extra, 25 miles to Tonopah. And when we got up there, we saw the Mitzpah. And so we got something to eat.
Yeah, it's a nice hotel.
I walked in and I asked the lady, I said, is it okay for us to look around the hotel? I said, we're not planning on staying, but we'd like to look around. And she goes, you know what? We're cleaning the rooms. Would you like to go on a tour? And they took us on a tour of the place. So we got a free tour, and it's on our list of places we want to stay. Our daughter, her family went up there and they stayed, but the kids were so bored because there was nothing to do. for the
We
little
stayed
kids.
in the lady in red's room.
Did you get anything?
That location was crazy because we actually got a lot of evidence in there that night. We have
Thermal. We got a lot of thermal
a lot
stuff.
of thermal imaging, and then my Connect was off the chart. You knew what they were. You knew they were little kids playing tag with us.
But tell them what happened with the Connect. We wasn't even in the room.
Oh, we went and ate.
We went downstairs and ate dinner. And whenever we got back home and I was going through all the video, something in that room picked up the Connect, turned it upside down like it was looking at it,
You could
and
see its
set it
face.
back down. We wasn't even in the room. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that's on our.
What would you have given to have been in the room to see that? What would you have given to see it in person? Have it happen?
Everything.
Yeah.
I'd have liked to have seen it because the room was so peaceful after we said we're done and we did our thing to close out the session. The room was so peaceful after that. And of course, you could have the window open and see all the snow coming down, which made it even more peaceful. My suggestion is don't eat downstairs because it's so expensive. Holy crap, it's expensive.
Well, I bought the tickets before we got there, though.
Yes. But,
The pizza place across the street looks really good.
and then don't go to the casino because the casino across the street, they will not even wait on you. Because you're not a local down the road at the casino. I mean, they just looked at us like, who are you? We're not doing this. And we're just like, okay, I'll leave.
I guess Burger King it is.
And that's where we
Yeah, that's where we ate.
Yeah, there wasn't much there.
well,
So
Yeah,
what's some of the best evidence you got on your Connect?
the best evidence would be
The jail.
at
I had 2 stick figures dirty dancing with me.
Franklin County, Oldstone Jail
Jail.
in Franklin, Kentucky is probably the best Connect session we've ever had.
I had one in front of me and one behind me, and the one behind me had his hands all up on my body, and I was tingling from my head to my toes, and it's all on film, all on video.
Yeah.
So, ghost porn.
Basically,
It was.
yeah.
Because at one point, I was watching it. I don't know if this
That's
makes me a
even
pervert or not. It makes me a no
Watching
pervert.
you're filming.
But I'm watching it, and it's filling my wife up. And finally, I said, okay, I've had enough. Because he wrapped his hands around.
My boobs.
So, it's Connect. But when the stick comes around and he's doing this up and down on her breast, and the other one is behind her like this, like he's doing her from behind. And I was like, that's enough. I said, we're done. And I was just like, I don't know what to think.
He's like, hang on.
I was like,
Well-
how long have these guys been in jail?
It's kind of like that when we did the Connect at Ashmore, Ron. And
Yeah.
we was in that one room that has all the furniture. The
Mhm.
Connect figure was on the flat wall by the door, not on the door, by the door.
It was on the wall.
Everybody come through the doorway, we'd tell them to stop. This Connect would reach out and pat them on top of the head,
Oh wow.
except for one.
Yep.
Bait came in, and we had him stand in the doorway. This Connect figure went down and patted him on his balls. Everybody else got patted on top of the
Yep.
head.
Yep,
Oh,
Now
you
you
like
know
that one
why
extra
I named
special.
him Bait.
that's his nickname.
So-
is Bait.
But I mean, it was on a flat wall that could
Oh,
not
we
make
laughed our asses off.
it at all. And
So the
everything.
original
And we
Connect,
reach out to the doorway.
The original Connect I do not like. For one, there's too much false positives on the original Connect. The updated version that Bill did, you can do 3D images on it, so you can
Yeah.
rotate your image backwards to actually see Is it the wall, the chair, what's making the 3D connect, or is it something there? Or you
Right.
can go up on top and look down on the person and make sure that it's something. Because, and then I like using the infrared with my Connect, and then I like go on pure yellow screen with my Connect, and then the blue screen. The blue screen will show you so much that these YouTubers are picking up studs in the walls, and
Yeah.
I love the blue screen. The new version with the blue screen is really cool. And our tech guy, actually, that's all he does. He works with a guy who does a lot of the stuff, who owned a big company, and uh, he will call me and say, "Hey, I need a test subject. Will you do it for me?" Of course, I'm always going to say yes to free equipment, and they'll send me the free equipment, and I'll just flat out tell them yes or no. It's no good, or yeah, we're doing
Right.
this.
See, my co-founder, Pastor Gary here, he got an SLS, and we go down to the cemetery. He was down there, and the stick figure climbed off the headstone and laid down in front of it. We've caught him stick figures going across the grass at the cemetery.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
yeah, I mean, you try to debunk it, and you're going, how do you debunk something in the grass that
Yeah.
can make a stick figure?
As long as there's nothing around, like chairs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
that will detect a,
This
you know,
is in plain view of grass.
yeah.
The worst person
Cinder
to use.
blocks will do it too. You know, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Cinder blocks will do it.
Anything
coal,
that's got a straight line on it.
Yeah.
like the curtain.
The edge of a headstone will make it. We debunk a
The
lot
worst
of that
person-
down at the cemetery.
The worst person to use an SOS is Jack Osborne.
Oh yeah.
Everything Jack sees is paranormal.
But you know
Yeah,
We
what?
even catch them up in the trees,
Everything is paranormal.
up in the
But he
little
is
league
very
up
enthusiastic.
there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he is. Until he kicks the wall.
But he did admit eventually that he did.
Because
Right.
he got
From what I
busted.
understand.
There were so many people who caught that, and I'm surprised that his editor didn't catch that and take that out.
Oh yeah. What? Where was that at?
Where was that at?
One of the big hospitals.
I don't even remember now.
It was on the second floor of some building.
Yeah.
But I will say, I love Ozzy and Sharon when he's showing them those videos, and Ozzy is ball lightning, you know, or that's faked, and I love it because the same show, you know, they use those same videos for Paranormal Caught on Camera, and nobody ever calls it out. You know, it's all paranormal no matter what. You know, same as Jack takes that it's all paranormal, and Ozzy's is going.
Ozzy will call him out.
And so does Sharon. You know, I can just see her petting her dog, go, that's fake. Or it's effing fake. You know,
Yeah.
he cusses worse than Ozzy does.
Oh yeah.
So,
But you got to remember, Ozzy's probably seen stuff that none of us has ever seen before too.
You know, everybody teases that, you know, Ozzy had to make a deal with the devil. No, the devil probably wouldn't
Made a
take
deal with Ozzy.
Yeah. I mean, because this guy should have been dead so many times.
Oh yeah.
No, he should have been dead a long time ago.
No doubt.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Keith Richards. That man should have been dead.
Even falling out of a palm tree and banging his head on the ground. He didn't die. So, but yeah, it does make you wonder though, why don't more people call it out? And I'm not saying that there's no such thing as paranormal activity. I will never say that because
Right.
I've witnessed too much.
Yeah,
Same as Bigfoot. I can't say that Bigfoot doesn't exist. I don't believe in him because I haven't seen him.
I haven't personally
proof.
seen enough evidence, good evidence.
Right.
But
to say
aliens,
there is. Could it exist? Sure.
and I do believe that aliens exist only because of the
Oh,
fact
yeah.
that we know that we can't be the only people or
Yeah.
only intelligent life anywhere
And that's
Anywhere in any
pretty-
universe.
in the universes. So there's so much stuff, but the thing is people have to be a little bit more skeptical about the things that they see. Just because you see it doesn't make it real.
Like
It doesn't
orbs.
mean it's manipulated. So whether that's a paranormal show, a baseball game, anything out there can be manipulated.
Right.
And that's where people need to be at this point in time. With AI being the way that it is,
Yeah. It's getting
Yeah.
bad.
it is. And I mean, and I
it's gonna
have,
get worse.
right. And I mean, and that's what I do for part of my job is AI type stuff. And so I know what to be looking out for most of the time. And it still gets me sometimes. But if you're watching a video and it goes blurry in a spot, be leery of it.
Right.
Something's not right. If I go blurry while you're talking to me, well, I'll tell you, hey, I went blurry. I know why I did. It's just like when you guys were saying about the lights. Every once in a while, I'm on my show at night and a light will go behind me and I'll see it. And I'll call it out each time that a car went by or whatever. And
Or her light behind her camera when she's real pale. The camera would react to her face and darken the room up or lighten the room up.
Yeah.
We had that for a long time, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
And
When stuff like that happens, the pictures and stuff like that, that's why I like I Am Kitty Biddle so much, because he is a professional photographer and he will tell you exactly how that happened.
And what speed your camera's at.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. He knows the speed of your camera just by how it looks, and he'll slow it down. I know exactly what speed they're shooting us at.
But he'll tell you exactly how that happened.
well, last week we looked at some pictures of faked photos, and they were obviously faked.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
badly.
And the thing is they were either faked with something similar to Photoshop or with the ghost camera app
Yeah.
where you take pictures and it randomly puts people in your picture that you can't see. And this one was so obvious. The picture was color, and suddenly the whole side of it went gray, black and white. And I'm like, and you posted this as real?
They had,
Yeah.
God,
Right,
8 or
12
9
So
spirits in
this
it.
is
all on windows. One was even on the side of a wall inside of the window.
But yeah, we
so
talked
this
about
is
that
probably-
last week.
Yeah.
This is going back probably 9 years now. We knew a lady who was a volunteer at a location that was extremely good with a camera and extremely good at setting her settings. And she would have people run by the camera. And I'm telling you,
We'd run down the hall.
you could not disprove that wasn't a ghost because of her speeds. And she's like,
It's easy to do.
she's like, I can put this anywhere. I can send it to any TV channel and they're going to believe it. And she's like, I'm so good with my speeds, you'll
But
never know.
she would set her camera and the hallway would be dark and she'd tell us run down the hallway and just do this. So we did that, and then we come back and she was showing us, and it looks like a misty figure going down the hallway, and it looks
Remember that
so
picture we had?
freaking real, but it wasn't.
Right.
We have a picture of me at Lemp Mansion. We went, me and Ron, Leah, and his mom. And we went, and there's a picture where I walked by, not knowing he was taking a picture, and I'm blurry. And it happened to be one of the few days back then where I wore shorts. So, I mean, I'm really pale white. You know, it was in June, but it was still, I'm pale white. So I could see where it could get misjudged as something else. But it's like, I looked at it and it's like, that's me.
I said, that's when
No.
you have your camera on long exposure, is when those
Right.
pictures happen.
Well, it was just, I just know he hadn't changed the settings on the camera. It just, I happened to be walking by.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of weird that some people wanted to make it paranormal. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's not. I mean, we didn't even get dust orbs in our pictures at Lake Mansion.
None.
Not a one. It was probably the
place
cleanest
is
place
clean.
I've ever been in my life.
It's a
Even
pretty
in the
place.
basement. Yeah, even in the basement, we didn't get anything. But it is beautiful, and it was an interesting. We went up there twice, and we had an interesting time
Yeah,
each
That's a bed
time.
and breakfast, ain't it?
Yeah.
They also serve Sunday dinner, and I think they do weddings.
So if you go up to Kentucky, there's three places to go to: Octagon Hall, the Historical Society of Franklin, and Franklin's Jail, and then the next day, shoot across to Bardstown, Kentucky, to where all the distilleries are, and stay in the bed and breakfast. That's the old stone jail there.
Yeah.
That place is
Oh.
still trying to wrap my head
In
around
Bardstown?
everything.
No,
Bardstown,
Yeah.
Kentucky. Still trying to wrap my head around.
isn't Bardstown?
Yeah, we were
everything
there.
else.
Yeah, we stayed next door at the old Talbot Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We've stayed there.
that was the
twice.
best
No, once.
EVP. Yeah, that's the best EVP evidence we've had. Top
Yeah,
10
that's-
probably.
That's a
Because-
great town.
He slams the jail cell and he yells, "Lights out!" Really deep voice. And you hear the cell door close. This is why we were eating. I was like, oh man, that's so scary. But we stayed in the what?
We stayed in the jail cell.
Yeah, in the jail cell.
You go through the bed and breakfast to the back, and it's the first cell on the right. That's where we was sleeping at that night.
All night long, you could see a shadow walk back and forth. I was like, this shadow's got to stop. This shadow's got to stop. I
You
got
had a guard.
Yeah, we didn't even know you could stay there till later on.
Yeah, we stayed at the old Talbot Tavern.
Yeah, next door.
And while we were there, we decided to eat downstairs. It was just me and him. And there was a news person there having
We didn't know that.
dinner. We didn't know that. We didn't know they were news people having dinner. And we're sitting there talking, and they overheard us. And she goes, "I would love to have a paranormal experience." And I said, "Well, we brought our stuff with us." I said, "There's a graveyard out back. Maybe we can go check that out." And so we took the lady that was part of the news team and her friend outside, and we showed them how to use dowsing rods and gave them a little bit of stuff to think about. And we weren't on the news, okay? There was no cameras there.
No.
But I heard through the grapevine that she came back with a camera crew to do a Halloween thing there.
Oh wow!
And that was in the graveyard behind the jail where you were at.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Cool.
we've had all kinds of, we've been there a few times. I like
Was you
Bardstown.
able
Yeah,
to
it's
go
a
into
neat
the
town.
schoolhouse?
Was
you able to go into the schoolhouse?
No.
We were
No?
there
No.
on
We went.
Sunday.
Yeah, we went
into
there
Monday.
another time and stayed at the lady's house.
Yeah,
But yeah, most of the time we were there,
it
it
was
really wasn't paranormal. It was more bourbon.
the other spirit.
More spirits.
Well, doing distillery tours
Yeah.
because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now, oh well, can't drink now. But it was fun. Never thought of bourbon for breakfast, but who'd have thunk that it is. We stayed at this house. This lady used to be used to work for an ambassador. She went all over the world, and she told us about everything in her house. Okay, everything. And she was really nice, and she made us breakfast the next morning, and she made us some bourbon with a little bit of syrup to go on our French toast or waffles or whatever it was.
The ambassador she worked for was the ambassador she was working for was Richard Nixon. She was in that administration.
Oh,
She's
wow.
part of the administration. Yeah, she's pretty high up.
Yes, she was funny though.
Oh, she was hilarious.
And her house was like a museum.
Yeah, we went to the first distillery tour. I think the first one opened at 10 o'clock, and we went in there, and they were kind of like looking at us like, "Damn, you've been hitting the sauce already?" We're like, syrup.
No, we had breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, bourbon,
bourbon.
it's hard to cover up.
Yeah, our 14-year-old daughter smelled like it too. But
Oh,
that
yeah.
was because
She's like, "I want more syrup." And I'm like, "I'll bet you do." And the lady just dump it on her, and she's like, like, "Hey, easy."
You're in Kentucky. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what she said. It's Kentucky.
So-
It's all right.
So the house we just sold, right down at the end of the block, was
A
a
distillery.
distillery. Barton James Distillery
Yeah.
was right
Oh,
at the
yeah.
end of the block.
Yeah.
His stuff's really. You're drinking some gasoline.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that is.
Holy crap! I have friends in the paranormal world. I took 2 bottles to, and they're drinkers, and they both took
Yep.
sips, and they're like, "I can't drink that, dude."
Especially the
Yeah.
corn syrup. Oh my God, that stuff is so strong.
Corn mash.
Woo.
Yeah, that's not the top of the line one.
No.
So-
If
but
there's
he
a
also
shelf
does
below the
fruit.
bottom shelf, that's where that one would be.
Yeah.
He does fruit
Yeah.
slushies,
Mhm.
and his fruit slushies are pretty good,
Hmm.
even though they're really strong.
And really expensive.
Well,
$12 for a little glass for a slushie.
oh, wow.
Ooh.
Well, I tell you, when we went to the old Talbot Tavern, so that night we did that.
Oh, yeah.
Afterwards, we went to the bar, because he wanted to get a flight of bourbons, and this was one of the few places where you could get some of the really top line bourbons at not a hugely expensive price. And of course,
No pappy or nothing. But
yeah, but it was a really nice bar. And we're sitting down there, and he's drinking his drinks, I'm drinking mine, and we started talking again, and people overheard us, and this guy goes, "Yeah," he goes, "we went to Bobby Mackey's and we didn't have anything happen." And he goes, "It was a waste of money." And I said, "You know what?" I said, "Again, we have our equipment. We'll
Yep.
go get it and we'll come back down."
we did.
We came back down. Everybody had a great time. And the guy calls his sister who had went to Bobby Mackey's with him. And he goes, "Oh my God, you need to come here. We had such a great time." And we had all this stuff happen. And it was funny. And that night,
Oh,
it creeped out the poor little bartender. She got herself locked out of the building, and we had to let her back in because she said there was stuff going on
Yeah,
that
she
she couldn't
said
explain.
yeah. She said it
picked
scared
up.
the hell out of her.
But yeah,
You done messed her
I
up.
recommend the Old Talbot Tavern for people to stay,
Oh,
to
I have
eat,
definitely go
or
there.
to go to the bar. All 3 of those parts were experiences, and then breakfast in the morning was excellent as well. So I would go back there. I'd give it 5 stars for everything. I mean, parking was
Yeah,
easy,
I love Bardstown. That's a neat town.
and I think Patty Starr, her tours take off from across the street. I've had her on. She was
Mhm.
fun. So,
She's
but we
dead
got
now.
about 10 minutes left.
She's dead
Yeah.
now, eh?
No, I don't think so. I just interviewed her.
She could have died the next day.
Patty Starr?
No, I thought I saw her.
You said Patty Star?
Yeah, Patty.
I thought she passed away.
Perry Star. She's looking up porn star.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Daniels.
Right.
Stormy Daniels.
No.
Oh,
Now that was, I heard that show was actually pretty good, but that she did kind of go overboard a lot.
What?
Stormy Daniels.
Oh,
oh yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm gonna have to find out about Patty because
I'm sorry.
I don't think the last time I talked to her wasn't that long ago. I wished her a happy birthday, and she clicked that she liked it, so I figured she's still alive if she's clicking.
that was back then.
It was just not that long ago.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
it's somebody else I'm thinking about.
There's been some people who have passed away, that's for sure. We've lost quite a few people in the
Oh yeah.
paranormal.
Yeah, we have. We've lost one of our dear friends.
Yeah, ain't she the novelist?
She has ghosthunter.com, home of Patty Starr, and she was on Facebook 2 hours ago.
Maybe it's somebody else because this one died April 3rd, 2024.
Well, that's not that far. But yeah,
April
this
3rd?
one. Yeah, she posted on April 15th herself. So, boy, and she's got good taste. She likes Supernatural.
Huh.
So while we're here, we've got about 9 more minutes. If you had to recommend a paranormal show for people to watch now or in the past,
There's only one left now, so
I know.
you can't go.
so anywhere in there, would you recommend that you felt was legitimate? Before you knew
paranormal
all this
show?
stuff, of course.
Well, now that we've been in this field for so long and we know producers and stuff like that, the only one that I would
Haunted
suggest at
Discoveries.
this point would be Haunted Discoveries
Brandon and
with
Mustafa.
Brandon and Mustafa from former Ghost Hunters. We've worked with them and they're very sincere about what they
we
do.
like them.
They do very
Yeah,
deep
We
research.
really liked off that show.
Yeah,
That's
so
weird.
their show I think is airing in Canada right now, but Haunted Discoveries, if they ever come out in the US, I definitely watch them. And then they have a spinoff of that called Family Hauntings, which me and my sister's on Family Hauntings about our family poltergeist that we had a long time ago. But yeah, them two, they're very sincere about what they do. And they do the research to match up with what's going on. That's about the only one that I would recommend.
How about you, Carl?
I
Oh
think we're really
man.
watching that many anyway.
Yeah, you're about right. I haven't watched too many of them because the ones I have watched I didn't care for. Man. I would almost have to go, if you're going into that and everything, I'd almost say unexplained mysteries.
Yeah.
Way back
Well,
when they were looking into stuff. They left it up to
I'm
your
gonna have to go
decision.
back to stuff.
But to me,
I have to go
number
back to
one-
sightings.
yeah, but the best ghost, it's not even a show. The best investigator that I know is Josh Gates. And Josh Gates is, they call a lot of people the godfather of paranormal. I'd have to put Josh up there before anybody else.
So he's the crazy uncle of the paranormal.
Josh, have you ever watched any of his shows?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
funny.
just because he doesn't believe, and when it happens, especially in his old, when he was the narrator for Ghost Hunters, way when Ghost Hunters first started, Josh was the narrator. that's when I started liking Josh. And I still like Josh today. And anything he does, I'll accept. Evan's new show, his video guy, he's got a new show out, and it's pretty cool.
What's it about?
Everything that him and Josh have ever gone through.
The
And
unexplained.
he shows all of the footages that he has that the networks didn't let him use.
Yeah.
And he got
so the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, so he got all of that, and they signed it all over to him, and now he's producing it. He's like, "There's so
I
much."
can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing it right now. Evan's so funny, it's hilarious. But the very first episode, a lot of the paranormal stuff happened when they're scuba diving, and that was talking in their earpieces while they're underwater, and that's kind of freaky. So,
Well, where can everybody find you guys?
Gulf Shores.
Grant and
Gulf
Shay
Shores.
TV.
on the beach.
On the beach in Gulf
beach.
Shores.
We're the people with the dark tans now.
We're
That'll
on
be me
Facebook.
soon.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook, TikTok. We don't do much Instagram, but and YouTube. We're doing a lot of stuff on Facebook and TikTok right now. We don't know what's going to happen to TikTok here shortly, but we'd be going to Facebook full time.
Ron, did you say nothing?
Yeah, nothing gonna happen.
Yeah, they're gonna
Still
sue
have
him.
to be elected anyway.
That's why.
But yeah, Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. Grant and Shay TV.
Our government is limp.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they don't want to piss off the.
They don't want to piss off their favorite voters
Yeah.
Right.
or the dead ones.
That's right.
Exactly.
So, guys, you can join me every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central on the Paranormal Pride right here on the Bill of Rights Network and other places where you watch me. And next Monday, I do not know if I'm having a show. We don't know if we're traveling or not. But if I do, you guys will be the first ones to know. And join us here every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Central to whatever surprise guest I find that's willing to go up against the gauntlet of me, Ron, and Carl.
Right. And stuff. And we want to thank Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment's Facebook page, Things Network's Facebook page, and Japan Paranormal Facebook page for allowing us to go live on their pages here on Paranormal Nation Radio. So, anything else we need to talk about before we sign off?
Now I gotta let them.
Ron hasn't done anything gauntlet wise, so we have to be back on so he can come at us with a gauntlet.
Oh, okay. We can do that. We can do that.
He just wants to go fishing. I mean,
Hey, come
that's
on.
all he wants to
Come
do.
on. That's all we do. We love to fish.
Yeah, when Denise was showing me the pictures, I went,
Uh,
yeah.
Come on over. We'll
I
take you
didn't know
down
they were
when
gonna
we
go
went to
fishing.
Fort Morgan.
Got to do something.
Yeah, well, I'll eat anything I pull out of that Gulf. Out of a lake, nah.
right.
There's not much I like out of a lake.
It's
Not unless
crazy
it's cold and
how
smell.
clean that catfish was when I filleted him. It was so clean, and the meat was so white.
Yeah.
I just don't care much for bass or crappie or
Oh, I do.
I like catfish. And trout. That's about it. Anything else, nah, I just don't care for it.
If you got a chance,
Anything out of the Gulf, I'd eat it.
if you like jambalaya and you want to have, the box stuff, Rouse's is the best. They make
Hey,
the
we
best
love
jambalaya.
Rouse's.
Right down the street from one.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they had 4 pounds of shrimp on sale for half price on Saturday. And,
Oh, well.
and mahi, I got a big, huge frozen piece of mahi for $12.
So
It's 2.5 pounds.
Right down the road, less than 2 miles from us, there's 3 fisheries, and
Mhm.
there's an older lady that's selling 10 pounds
Big bag,
of shrimp for $20.
25.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this
Her
was
husband
this was
catches 'em.
frozen, so it was good for me to take home.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had our cooler.
Well, they flash freeze right then on the boat because
They have to.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
But they were like that big,
Jumbo shrimp.
jumbos.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Are they? Do they have their heads on?
Yes.
No,
Or-
no,
No, she takes them off.
no,
She takes
Okay.
them off for
no
you.
heads.
Yeah, I always get the ones that are cleaned, already cleaned,
Mhm.
deveined, all that, because it's just easier. Because
Right.
my family has never had to really clean shrimp. Me, on the other hand, I can peel them faster than I can eat them. So it's just
It's impossible. But
well, it's true. I mean, as soon as I get one in my mouth, I've already got another one ready to go. So. But
Well, we'll have to have everybody over sometime this summer. We'll have do a big old shrimp boil.
oh yeah,
oh yeah.
we had one for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I'm ready for some fresh corn. Oh, you do know it's strawberry season already, right?
Yeah.
Here, there's a place over here in Baker that's got Monday through Wednesday,
All right, well,
$2 a pound.
I gotta let the
Oh,
dog
wow.
out.
Whatever
She's
you pick.
whining like crazy. I'm
So.
surprised you
Yep.
don't hear it.
So, but thank you
Everybody,
guys for coming on. We had a great time.
Thanks, Ron.
We'll
Thanks for
see
having
everybody
us.
next week. Go
See
ahead.
y'all later.
All right,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.